Hey guys, alexsmolik here. Today is the beginning of a new kind of videos with, I hope, a shorter format, the top 5. I'd like to think the name speaks for itself, but just in case I will be giving you my 5 top choices regarding a car topic. Needless to say, this is a very personal and subjective thing. You can share my point of view, but you're also free to disagree. However, if you do, you have to tell me why in the comments. That's how it works, I don't make the rules. Actually, I do. I'd like to kick off my top 5 series with the greatest Ferraris of all time. All eras, all models included. But only road legal cars. Otherwise, this video will last for about an hour. Ain't nobody got time for that. Number 5, let's start with the Ferrari 250 GTO. GTO stands for Gran Turismo Omologata. The Ferrari 250 GTO is the myth, the icon, the one even your mother has vaguely heard of. The 250 GTO started its life back in 1962 as a Gran Turismo race car, not the video game. Back in the day, its V12 engine made a name for itself during races, most notably by winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans race in its category in 1962 and 1963. Only 36 units of the car were built, including 3 with a different bodywork, the 1964 GTOs. Not a fan. By the way, do not mistake the Ferrari 250 GTO with the Ferrari 330 GTO. There are only 3 Ferrari 330 GTOs, and let's be frank, they are almost the same car. But I trust you will never cross that line, right? Why do I like it? First of all, it is a road car with a racing history, which is frankly quite appealing. Design-wise, I find them quite appealing, except the Type 64 GTO. Its 3 iconic air vents on the hood are a timeless detail. But above all, I like it for what it represents. It is a dynamic work of art, the pinnacle of modern investment. Prices have skyrocketed in the past 50 years to reach the peaks we know today. The last one that was sold went for about $52 million, that's about 38 million euros. Often dubbed the most expensive car in the world, the Ferrari 250 GTO fascinates me, it intrigues me, it appeals to all my senses. Number 4, we are staying in the Gran Turismo Omologata family, but this time with a Ferrari 599 GTO. By the way, this is only the 3rd Ferrari car to have the GTO name, as far as I know. The Ferrari 599 GTO made its debut in 2010 as a monstrous version of the Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano. Its 670 brake horsepower V12 engine is, quite understandably, very appreciated. Why do I like it? First of all, because the Ferrari 599 GTO is the first car derived from the XX program. As a technology mule, the Ferrari 599 XX gave birth to a road legal version of itself, if you will. Second reason, it is a 599 units limited edition car. I am very fond of limited editions. For everything it represents, the Ferrari 599 GTO has definitely earned its place among the modern Ferrari supercar family. Also, I've always been a very big fan of the stripe on the hood, especially when it matches the side view mirrors. Number 3, I've decided to go with the 1995 Ferrari F50. As a car derived from racing, the Ferrari F50 is a 520 brake horsepower monster that is limited to 350 units in the world. As far as I'm concerned, its rounded shapes kind of speak for its modern identity. She's a nut duck though. The F50 was never truly appreciated for what she was. She always was under the F40's shadow. Furthermore, the F50 suffered from the 1995 McLaren F1, which can be considered as its rival, I guess? Why do I like it? For starters, here's a very silly reason, the paint. To limit the weight of the car, Ferrari used a layer of paint that was so thin you could actually see the carbon fiber chassis of the car. Well, if you look carefully and you know what to look for. I also really like the F50 because it's an F1 road car, basically. The F40 had a twin-turbo V8, but the F50 goes back to the V-shaped 12 cylinders. Its engine is straight out of a Formula 1 block from Scuderia Ferrari. That's something. and sound-wise, it's something too. I also really like it because she allowed indirectly for the F50 GT to exist. Number 2 technology, here we go. The 2013 Ferrari LaFerrari. I've always had an issue with the name of the car, which I find a bit ridiculous. Especially in French, it translates to Ferrari de Ferrari, which is plain silly. The LaFerrari is the first hybrid car from the Italian brand. It has an 800 brake horsepower V12 engine, which is coupled with a high curse system derived from Formula 1, which gives it an additional 163 horses. Why didn't I choose the LaFerrari Aperta, you ask? Very simple, I've always preferred coupes to cabriolets. Why do I like it? With only 499 units in the world, the LaFerrari is part of what we call the Holy Trinity, a title that she shares with the McLaren P1 and Porsche 918, the three musketeers of modern supercars. I find it quite lovely and extremely aggressive from the front, even though it kind of looks like a praying mantis. But praying mantises are badass. There we go, what you've all been waiting for, the number 1, the best of the best, the 2002 Ferrari Enzo Ferrari. Also known as and usually called Ferrari Enzo, even though that's technically wrong, everyone knows what we're talking about anyways. With only 400 units in the world, the Ferrari supercar has a 660 brake horsepower V12 engine and is a monster. I mean, it was a monster back in the day. Nowadays, it would probably lose to a 488, but not without a fight. The pure lines of the Ferrari Enzo were drawn by Ken Okuyama and have a lot of motorsport elements to it, like the Uniwiper. It doesn't have aircon, it doesn't have electric windows, but it does have a weird symmetry issue with the side view mirrors, which are different. So you're left wondering, why do I like it so much? For starters, the Ferrari Enzo is one of those cars that has struck me the most with its lines and what it conveyed. So I believe I will always have that soft spot and huge admiration for the car, no matter what. I also like it because it is a clear tribute to Enzo Ferrari, the founding father of Ferrari. I mean, they share names, for God's sake. I also like it because Scuderia Ferrari pilot Michael Schumacher took part in developing the car, as is a custom with every modern Ferrari supercar nowadays. Anyways, she has so many little details and elements here and there, so many reasons that justify its number 1 spot for me. The Ferrari Enzo was, is and will be my favorite Ferrari ever. Heck, my favorite car. So there you go, my top 5 video is finished. What did you think of it? Do you agree with some of my choices? Do you share my point of view? Or do you maybe disagree? And if you do, as I told you, you have to tell me why in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more similar videos. And if you're a cool guy, you will also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And you know what? That will make my day. And don't forget, we might not share the same car, but we share the same passion. That's it from me, guys. I'm out of here. See ya.